So being in there was quite a success. Not only did I get the map that I wanted, but also levelled up, as Lao Shu puts it, as Moses puts it, because I got to speak Romanian to the guy inside, which is quite nice. He was a little bit surprised that somebody go there speak Romanian with him. So so basically that's St Edmund's Hall I now know, and we're going to go back along the High Street. And it's it's Queen's first, and All Souls, then Brasenose. But at some point I shall find a place to have a bite to eat. Delicious breakfast baps. That's nothing to do with the Baptist Church, in case you were wondering. Baps is another word for like buns with or without things in. But be careful with that word. If you say nice baps, Mrs., then it is actually a way of referring to a lady's mammaries. So try to keep that in your long-term memory, the word baps, and to be aware of the double entendre that it contains. So walking along here, I think the first one was going to be Queen's College, Oxford, that was going to be overlooking this. Remember what we saw on that side. Very nice. The architecture is very nice, isn't it? I mean, it's similar to Cambridge. It's all from a similar period, even similar. No, the architecture is very similar. I don't know if the stuff they're made out of is similar, whether it's the same stone or not. That much I don't know. Queen's Lane Coffee House. That's Queen's Lane. You can't drive all the way up, it's closed by gate, but still you can. Things about there for the tourists showing the history of all of this. You can no doubt walk up it even if you can't drive up it. So on one of these places, apparently the Romanian guy told me, there you go, Queen's College. Tourists may visit this college on a tour organised by a blue or green badge guide. Yeah? So if you want to visit otherwise, you have to report to the lodge. You can't just wander in there like you own the place. Students in Cambridge just tend to walk in as though they own the place, and they don't get challenged because they're obviously of a certain age and they look academic. A lot of them are wearing college scarves, and so they don't get challenged by most of the porters. And some of the more touristy colleges, they do get asked who you're coming to see, and so they go to the extent of checking you off, but that's only in high touristic places that they're trying to keep the impact of tourism down, and also stopping people from being traipsing through during exam periods, of course, when the students are taxing their massive brains with revision and all the things that they didn't manage to put into their long-term memory. They're now cramming, well not now, but close to exam time. This being January, of course, it isn't exam time yet. But in a few months from now, they'll be getting more and more panicky and starting to try to cram things into their short-term memories. So that was Queen's we just passed. The next one's supposed to be All Souls. There's a Queen's College, of course, in Cambridge too, but there isn't an All Souls. I do hope I didn't lose my scarf in the bus, because that was expensive, that was. I got it in Beijing and I managed to haggle the woman right the way down to $3. As we were just walking along the street, you'll see that when we come to, or if we've already come to the thing. The college is closed. This, I'm pretty sure, All Souls. That's the Oxford Tube to London and London Victoria. Let me see where it stops, because that's important. I'm going to be going back on it. Yeah, it definitely stops there, amongst those K's, those bus stops with K written on. I think the second one along it's stopping, isn't it? No, the third one along. The third one. Okay, that's good to know. At the time of day I'll be wanting to go back. I'm not sure whether they'll be every 15 minutes or every 30 minutes, but it doesn't really matter. Catter Street. On this side of this, I think we've got Brasenose College, which is always worth a look. My minister went to Brasenose, John Marshall, under whose ministry I was converted, so that gives me a bit of affection as well for this place, even though I really don't know it, never visited it. Just it's worth a look for me, just for that reason. Is it Brasenose? No, this is the University Church of St Mary the Virgin, which is obviously going to be an Anglican one, probably quite high Anglican. I don't know. What are they actually going on about? Christianity through the arts. Can Christian art be modern? So there's St Mary's Passage. Very nice. So it looks like this must be Brasenose in that case, presumably. Oxford archaeologically was put on the map by a series of detective by the I don't know if it's by the BBC or some other production company selling to the BBC, but it was Inspector Morse, wasn't it? And now it's Lewis, which is Kevin Whately, the Geordie, who's also in Oxford. Doesn't have an Oxford accent like, but that doesn't matter because people come here from the whole country. So it's interesting, isn't it? Shepherd and Woodward looks like a nice tailoring shop. You need these things in the university as well, because for events like balls and what have you, and hiring dinner jackets and stuff. Oxford University Press's bookshop, which looks interesting, but the one we really want, and I am getting hungry, is Blackwell's University bookshop, which has got them from all the different presses. This is just the bookshop for Oxford University Press. I'm not even sure it'll be any cheaper in there. Might be worth a look, but certainly it's about time I considered the needs of my stomach, because it really is getting on. That's not maybe the best place, because although there are sandwiches too. Wait a minute.